on Fight Club. I'll reveal that to you as we go along, but more info on that, you just need to log on to www.senishow.com, and of course you'll get lots of information that'll take you off to various websites, Pain and Glory, to get the fight card for that night, and I'll give you more information as we go on. But Zambidis, there's the stat pack. Kickboxing is the discipline, 42 wins, 6 losses, and that 3 KO, 3 of which were in his last 4 K1 bouts. And well, this is his opponent. K1 stats, 10 wins, 2 losses, 1 KO. But from Thailand, 쁘아카오 Pramuk. And this man has more kicks than a drowning donkey. And there's a cheeky face in the audience, Kid Yamamoto. And interestingly enough, Norifumi Kid Yamamoto took a win over Mike Zambidis. But Norifumi, one of the K1 Max stars, brings a lot of showmanship, a lot of talent to this event, but then so does this boy. And so for people that are strictly Muay Thai, well, you will not get a better exponent of that fighting style than the man we are seeing now, 쁘아카오 Pramuk. This is scheduled, of course, for 3 3-minute rounds to be contested under K1 World Max Super Fight rules. So one of a scheduled 3. Zambidis of Greece, the Hellenic Hellraiser in black. 쁘아카오 Pramuk of Thailand in the white shorts with the black flash. Height advantage to Pramuk, but Zambidis, real tough slugger, this boy. And you know, I know myself, when you're vertically challenged in the way that Zambidis is, it makes life a lot easier for you, because there's only one way to fight, and that's up. And I never came across an opponent that was smaller than me, and I'm sure that Zambidis must have encountered that as well. So all the skills are all based on trying to hit a man that's bigger than himself, and he'll be well versed in trying to bring the action in to Pramuk. But a nice easy start to this. A wild swing there, he was punished for it. He's a bit of a slugger, but you can see that Pramuk treating him with a lot of respect. Up goes the left leg, high kick, acknowledged by Zambidis. Oof, and a kick whistles by Pramuk, and that's probably why his corner has said to him, be careful, because when Zambidis lets go, he lets go, and he's covered up very well. In fact, Pramuk has. And it's interesting because a fighter of Pramuk's pedigree is paying homage and respect to the talent of Zambidis by carrying that high guard. I saw him in the ring with Albert Kraus, and he wasn't that protective against a fighter of Kraus's skill and ability. But Zambidis has to get past the legs to get in to do some body work, and getting in to damage the midsection, in fact, to deliver any kind of payload that's going to be worthwhile. Well, Zambidis needs to get past the legs. Oof, and the big kicks go in. Pramuk, when he sees the opportunity, not scared to wind it up, and you could see that one coming all the way. It was written on his face. He'll be looking to see if he can take Zambidis out fairly early, because this is going to be a war of attrition. And you can see, look, he's working the body section, Zambidis. Great right hand. Oh, and a double kick. And that's what he needs to get the height, Zambidis. And all of these techniques, you look at them and you think, well, what's the point in that? The thing is, for a fighter like 잠비디스, who obviously has to fight opponents that are bigger than himself, he'll have honed that kind of skill to make it work. But there's the near misses, and he was just a fraction out. We get a chance to revisit the excellence in ability from 잠비디스, and you'll know that he's going to be trying to drop body shots in, but against a fighter like 쁘아카오, I mean, fitter than a butcher's dog. Look at it, every sinew, every muscle is wound up in delivering those strikes. 잠비디스 needs to stay quick, he needs to stay light, he needs to get the defensive and evasive skills working, otherwise he's going to be schooled here. So we go to 2 of a scheduled 3. Well, 쁘아카오 just smiling there because he's got a lively opponent here in 잠비디스. Well, 쁘아카오 now starting to work the low kick. He's able to control the range, and that's the skill that 쁘아카오 has. It's been a slow start. 잠비디스 gets a high kick up. It glanced by 쁘아카오's head. 잠비디스 has kept the defense very sound. 쁘아카오 tossing in the low kick and the midsection, getting the range right now. And it looks very much as if 잠비디스 has to make a rush to get the range right, and in doing so he's going to make mistakes, but he can only go to the well so many times, and against a fighter like 쁘아카오, you make a mistake and he's on it like a drunk on a kebab. And those kicks, they shoot in there and deliver payload. Look at that scathing low kick to the left thigh of 잠비디스. You can see the red, it's glowing, and 쁘아카오 still maintaining that casual pace, forcing 잠비디스 to have to come in and up the workload. And the power of 쁘아카오 as he tosses 잠비디스. The referee says timeout. Doesn't score in K1 rules. Look at these distance 잠비디스 has to cover to do anything meaningful. And 쁘아카오 has got the tightest guard I've seen. As tight as 2 coats of paint, that. And it's the first time I've seen 쁘아카오 really that defensive against a fighter. Oh, and a little right hand goes over the top. He's roughhouses 잠비디스. Well, it's a mixture of techniques, but 쁘아카오 still working the right high kick, and he's going to have success with that, there's no doubt about it. So we get a chance to revisit the brilliance of all of that with some slow-mo. And look at the potential here. 쁘아카오 gets the range so right, but the defense is tight. Called it wrong there, 잠비디스, but managed to counter with that attempt at a big body shot. He sees the target, makes a connection. 쁘아카오 felt that.
Please don't wrestle, don't wrestle.
So the third and final round. Well, 쁘아카오 now really dropping the kicks in. 잠비디스, the defence is good, but he's just not being able to counter, make up the distance and get back at 쁘아카오 quick enough. And this will delight MT fans. But he's still there, he's trading. And there's some great events coming up throughout the year, and we'll be bringing you all that fight action here on Fight Club, on Eurosport, International and British Eurosport, later on in the UK. Tatsufumi Tomihira, who's took a decision, or lost a decision against Bob Sapp. He's going to go in the ring against James McSweeney. That's at the NEC Birmingham, first weekend of May. And that card's been confirmed, that's on the Pain and Glory. And just to mix it up a bit, current World Karate Champion turned pro boxer Paul Newby. He's going to have his second pro bout on the PNG card. That's all at the NEC. First weekend. Later on during the year, in May. Well, down goes 잠비디스, it's a slip. Well, it's all beginning to just be a little too much for 잠비디스. It's a bridge too far. 쁘아카오 at the 10-second clicker, very much in control of this, and some big roundhouse rights tossed in, made it to the end, but it's those magically lethal legs from 쁘아카오. Skill level is incredible. He was just in a position to punish 잠비디스 with the leg work, and on the day 쁘아카오 simply landed more strikes. Huge effort from 잠비디스, but well, the skill, the experience of 쁘아카오, as you can see here, just, I would venture, has nudged it on the night. But great effort from 잠비디스, and as I say, the Japanese love this fighter, and rightly so, because he shows such heart. Let's listen to hear the official decision. Well, yeah, no surprises there. 쁘아카오, convincing, unanimous decision, and